It's good to be having the opportunity to speak to you once again on this Advent Sunday and to think about how our life as a diocese has been developing both in the year past and in the year ahead. In the diocese, we've been living into our three foci: growing faith, bringing hope, and demonstrating love. And this year, I'd like to focus on talking to you about bringing hope. One of the great saints of the Church, St. Augustine, spoke of the festival of Easter. A surprise to be talking about that in Advent. But he said to his churches, "We are an Easter people, and Alleluia is our song." We're an Easter people, and praise to God is our song. And Christians should be bearers of hope. We should be people who warm the hearts of those we encounter, that create courage and positive feelings, who transform the world into being a more hopeful, better place. And we can then say, well, how on earth do we do that in a world that is actually fairly grim? A world in which people are suffering, in which there are levels of anxiety and need, of homelessness and food poverty, in a world where there is greater war than we've seen for a long time, where we're still praying for peace in the Holy Land and peace in Ukraine, where we're still seeing governments having to raise taxes and populations electing curious choices to be their leader. How do we bring hope in that situation? I can say what brings me hope. And the first thing that brings me hope is my belief that in the end, as Christians, we affirm that God is in control. The message of the birth of the baby in Bethlehem is meant to say, God has the work of salvation in hand. He is working to save us. He is working to put things right. He is our chief hope and stay in any situation. God help us. Hosanna, free us, is the cry of the Christian Church. So God really does give me hope. But the other thing that brings me hope is the love of the Christian disciple. The real joy I see in the eyes and the hearts of members of the Teili Asaph. So what is my Advent message to you this year? Quite simply, put your trust in God, deepen your knowledge of God so that He may bring you hope, and become a bearer of hope to others, someone who will encourage, someone who will stand alongside, someone who makes time to be with other people, so that we can become an Advent people and Alleluia can still be our song.